Hi everyone, happy Sunday. Welcome to day 5. Things are getting into a groove now. I'm loving it, I'm enjoying it. You guys are also motivating and inspire me because I'm helping people do what they need to do, but you're making me accountable as well. So already probably about 11 o'clock I've done RPM, I've had my acai bowl, I've done mummy duties, come back home, had a shower, nice and chilled, nice and relaxed. Very motivated for this video as well. I've already got some clients and friends tagging me, and they're on their journey as well. A lot of people that I see, that they are mentors, they are teachers. It doesn't matter what job you do, can be a cleaner, teacher, literally, police officer. I have lots of psychologists, doctors, nurses, all sorts of stuff. And you guys, your job, doesn't matter in its form, is to teach, to help, to guide, to help, to heal. Okay? So it is really important. Like, I'm not special, but I'm living in my purpose and my light. Okay? So like I said, what I've been talking about all the way through, if I can inspire one person, then that person inspires someone else. Okay? Like today in RPM, that class was pumping. It was awesome. I was hearing synchronicities through my music, all of that stuff. It was like so good. My body doesn't feel as heavy as it was in the last few days, like just trying to get that body to move. It's flowing now. So what's happening is I'm actually tapping into my highest self. Okay? And that higher self, when you're in alignment, when you're doing the things that you are supposed to be doing, it will be easier, and it will get easier. Okay? So, people go, what's she talking about? All of this sort of stuff. But I know in my heart, we all have things in our life, purpose that we're supposed to do. Okay? And I know there's been certain things planted in me since I was a kid, a teenager. All right? But obviously, you got to learn, you got to grow, you got to evolve, all of that sort of stuff. I know in my heart, like, I know that in the last 25 years, I have put on weight on and off 4 or 5 times over. Like, I've been this weight a few times over, okay? But I know in my heart that I was supposed to be a PT. I'm supposed to be a nutritionist. I'm supposed to do all the things that I'm supposed to do. But sometimes in life, we can sabotage it, or there's other things in our life that can stop us or hold us back. I remember when I knew I wanted to be a PT, I was actually at my heaviest weight. But then that was like my friend that's my Reiki teacher, she calls me a chameleon, which is true, because basically in my life, I'll go into all different places and being what is needed of me to help. So when I went back to the gym, I was like this weight, and I did 4 transformation challenges, 12-week challenges, with all my clients and my future clients. And in that place, I was there for over 4 years. I looked after 40 ladies a week. I became my walking billboard of basically, hey, you don't like your life, you go and change it, and you grow. And so that was probably, so I, in the past, put on weight on and off, that 20-25 kilos when I had kids. So I was in like mum time. Okay? So you're going to go through stages in your life. Okay? So I used to get really hard on myself about my weight and stuff and go, why am I going through this again? I don't want to start again. All of this stuff. But if I can trace back to when I had my girls, and then I had all that weight and I had to lose it, but then I had to learn to get inspired by my PT, to tap it. That was when my person in my life, my PT, was my there was 2 of them that woke me up to go, hey, this is your dream, this is what you need to do. But I actually learned so much from the boys. And then I also learned about being a mum. I learned about cesareans, injury, recover, all of that stuff. Okay? And then I went on that health journey. I helped a lot of people. And then again, the same thing too. I had injuries, I had surgery, all of this stuff. And it stopped me from training again. That I ended up thinking I could never be this person again. that my life ended up working other places and doing other things. Again, it got me back to that circle of you need to be back in health, which got me into the gym again. So that weight on and off has served a purpose, and like now, again, different stage of life, starting to go through perimenopause, menopause, teaching people that you know, you're going to have your ups and downs with life. Okay, weight is also about protection. All right, I do a lot of energy work, so I'm still learning about that. So this journey has now led me to these videos. Okay, so everything happens for a reason. So I would say, like in the past, I would thought, I have to be a certain way, I have to look a certain, you know, all of these things. I have to be this type of stereotype to get into that world. No, it doesn't. Okay, sometimes in life you will sabotage yourself, and sometimes there will be other people in your life that will make it very hard for you to create that path. The thing is, if you are meant to do something, you will do it, and God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, they will put you in position. Okay, so if you have been held back, or you don't want to speak up, or you feel like you are stuck, be patient in that, because you're getting prepared. It's like when you think of being in the valley, or all the, you know, people in the past that have achieved stuff. They didn't come and be amazing in 2 seconds. They had to be in the mud. They had to get messy. They had to push. Okay, so again, in my past, I would really be like, I'm being vulnerable right now. Okay, I'm showing you my authentic self. Like, I would be normally embarrassed, ashamed, this, that, hidden, all of this stuff the way I am right now. For me to move forward, to go to my next level, I have to love and take care of who I am right now, so I can get to be the next version of myself. It is like my clients. I've seen so many over the years, and some people, they're still with me now. Some people have come and gone. Some people will learn from me, okay, and they will go, and then they'll go through their life, and they'll go through hardships again, and then it's like they've got to start again, but they'll always find me. There are some people, no matter how much I try and teach them or help them, they're just so stuck in their mess, and that's fine. I love you, I care about you, but at the end of the day, you might not get these lessons in this lifetime. You might have to do it a few times over. So that's when you can also tap into karma. Really going through, learning a lot about karma. Okay, karma is basically not what you're going to get back to you, good or bad. It's basically what you put out into the world. So if you're giving out good stuff, then good things are come back to you. But I've also learned that there are karmic cycles, there are karmic patterns, there are karmic people in our life. There's also contracts, all of this sort of stuff, you know. So I know we've touched on all of this stuff before. At the moment, you'll just see me spitting out words, and this is just me receiving downloads and help. So basically, whatever karmic cycles, patterns I've been free of that, and I see that every day with my clients. So there's that sort of stuff. So that's really important. So, you know, sometimes we have karma that's lifetimes over, okay, and we've got to clear them up in this life. Okay, so there's karmic debt. Okay, I don't want to have any more debt. I'm done. I'm like, I just want to move forward, and I just want to help people. That's me. I've learned my lessons. Like, basically, if I had to come back tomorrow to Earth, I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. Okay, so there's that sort of stuff. So today, I want to start tapping into the chakras, and I work really heavily with them. Okay, it makes it really easy for me to find out what is going on physically with a person, emotionally and spiritually. So through Reiki, I will work with the chakras. You would probably know they've been around with the ancients for such a long time. Basically, you see the yoga lady, and she's got these 7 circles in the midline of their body. There's more than 7, but the main ones are like in the middle of our body, front and back. They're basically different colors. Basically, the easiest way to describe it is like circular discs. Each color, each level represents a part of your life, and it's also connected to your body parts. Okay, over the next 7 days, I'm just going to go over them one by one. Okay, so basically the first energy center, and this is the one really I'm working on right now. So the first energy center is the root chakra. So it's a big ball of red energy, okay, and that sort of sits, I don't know, underneath the hips, the legs, that sort of thing. Don't have to be too specific with that sort of stuff, but the root chakra is about grounding. It's where fear and worry sit. It's where family sits. Your childhood sits. It's where your past sits. It is, like I said, where money blocks are. Okay, most people are not grounded. So to get grounded, obviously exercise does it. Going to the sea, going to the water, to the beach, to the grass will ground you. So if you are not balanced in that center, obviously, you're going to be scattered. You also know when this center is blocked that you have money issues. This is where mummy, daddy issues sit as well. The root chakra is where fear and worry sit. So again, when I'm talking about vibration, if you're sitting in that energy of fear and worry, you can't manifest anything. Okay, and then when I see people for massage, the root chakra, their imbalances sit in the feet, the ankles, and at the knees. So when I'm working with people, a lot of people, they don't think to get their feet massaged, or people go, why do you want to massage feet? But I know me, when I tap into that area, I'm helping clearing that person. So when someone sees me, they don't have to understand about chakras, all of that stuff. All they know is when they're finished with me, they feel amazing, they feel lighter, I've cleared something, I've worked with blocks. Okay, another good way to know if your root chakra is not in balance is you'll get injuries and you'll get sickness. Okay, so for example, I know certain people, they'll have issues with their feet, their ankles, their knees. They're worried about moving forward. Okay, they got stuff connected to the family. All right, I know that's, and then it also depends on what side of the body, right or the left. Okay, so we've been talking about yin and yang. So root chakra is really important to work with. Basically, I'm becoming so much more grounded in my body. It also means, that was another thing too, the more I'm training again, eating better foods, having my space, not picking up on everyone else's energy, there's a thing called aura. We all have them, okay? Some of us, so basically it's like a energetic, circle all around us. Some of us, our aura is quite small and dense, and it's got stuff to work and clear. Other people, like, that are really open, their aura is like huge. Like, I'm talking about, some auras can expand like cities, countries, all of that stuff. So you think of famous people, all sorts of stuff, like the Dalai Lama, or like magic people, all of that. You think of how much their aura expands, okay, and how much they can help people. I've had people say to me sometimes I'm too open, and that sometimes I have to shrink down my aura, because it's the same thing. I'm an empath. I can go to the shops and I can just feel like a ton of bricks is on me, because I'm picking up on everything. But like RPM today, I am around positive energy, so that's fueling my aura. So another huge thing today is, when you're training and you're clearing your energy, you're basically creating that security electric fence around you, so lower vibration doesn't affect you. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. So basically, what doesn't align with me, what bothers me, if issues come up, that electric fence is like, nah, see you later. Okay, so I'm raising my vibration, working on that root chakra, the red center. Another way, if you know it's imbalanced, naturally you'll be drawn to wearing red. You can go onto YouTube, Google, look up root chakra guided meditations, frequency music, and that's to help you start clearing that center. Okay, another big thing about being grounded is just think of nice solid tree roots anchoring yourself into the ground. Okay. Oh, a tickle in my throat. That's my throat chakra, but that's another one we'll talk about later. So today, again, take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't serve you. I just hope you do something for yourself today. Every day I want to start talking about the chakras, but today let's all take inventory of our root chakra. Like what stuff do we need to work on about our childhood, our past, our fear and worry, attachments, our issues with money, all of that sort of stuff. Are we grounded? What do we need to be more grounded? Do we just need to go walk on the grass, be in the sunlight? All of that sort of stuff. Alrighty, everyone. Have a great Sunday. Much love. I hope you enjoyed it. Day 5, like I said, it's happening. Okay? I'm changing. I'm growing. And I hope you're doing that too. See you later. Thank you. Bye.